This is a KOIN 6 News breaking news alert.
Breaking news this morning, a new lead in a cold case that has haunted Oregon for decades. The 1958 case of the missing Martin family has prompted an underwater search of the Columbia River. We're covering the latest on KOIN 6 News this morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, March 6th. I'm Travis Tyke.
And I'm Emily Burris. KOIN 6 anchor Jeff Gianola has been covering the case of the missing Martin family for years now. He joins us live in Cascade Locks this morning. He's up early with us. Jeff, we know you've been following this mystery for nearly 2 decades. So tell us a little bit more about this case and the latest developments here today.
Is an important clue and a key piece of evidence about to resurface in a mystery that has baffled Oregon for decades. I'm Jeff Gianola reporting live, and let me set the scene where I'm at right now. I'm at Cascade Locks, the locks over to this side, and this whole area has been cordoned off right now as a crime scene by the Hood River Sheriff's Department. I'm also on my right-hand side, am standing by what's about to become the incident command center for this. Investigators are just arriving here, and in about an hour from now, a barge with a crane right behind me here will be pulling up to the front of the locks. All of this because a local diver found a submerged vehicle, that matches the description of a car that disappeared 66 years ago, a car that had 5 family members inside of it. The Martin family. They lived in Northeast Portland, and on December 7th, 1958, they left their home to travel up the gorge and were never seen or heard from again. Now, I'm going to show you some images, and I want to start first with a map of exactly where I'm reporting from. This is Cascade Locks, the Locks area. I'm reporting from the Incident Command Center, which will be activated in about a half hour from now. And you can see just beyond that is where the barge is going to dock for the recovery effort of that stolen vehicle. Once again, KOIN 6 News is breaking this story exclusively this morning. The Hood River Sheriff will be releasing a press release soon, and then there will be a media staging area. You can see that on the other side of the locks. Now, here's the next image I want to share with you, and this is a real tragedy. This is the Martin family. This snapshot was taken in their living room about 1954, so about 4 years before they went missing. Ken Martin, the father, 54 years old. Barbara Martin, the mother, 48 years old. 3 daughters. Barbie, 14, almost 15. You also had Susan, who was 11 years old. And you had another daughter as well who was 13 years old. Then there's a young man on the left side of your screen, and that's Don Martin. He was in his 20s. Don Martin was estranged from his family. He was living in New York. He was in the Navy when the family disappeared. Now, what kind of car were they driving? I want to show you this next image. It was a 1954 Ford station wagon. It was tan in color with red trim around the windows, and there's the license plate right now. That license plate number 1G7156 with a 1959 registration tag. Information I have from sheriff investigators is the diver did get a partial plate that seems to match up with the car. Other pictures they have of the car seem to say this looks like the Martin car. They're 99% sure, but you're never sure until they actually pull that car out of the water, if they're successful with that. What about the Martins that day? What was their trip like? Well, let's go to the next image. We know they left their Northeast Portland home around 2 in the afternoon. They got gas here at Cascade Locks because later detectives found out a few weeks later a gas receipt was sent to their home. So they verified that. Other witnesses said they then ate lunch in Hood River. A waitress who was a witness there said she saw the family, she served them. This is where the story diverges a little bit. She said she saw the family headed back towards Cascade Locks. Other people said the family headed east towards the Dalles. That just deepens the mystery right here. I want you to come back live to me right now before I share the next image. So I'm reporting at Cascade Locks. The water's here. This is a paved parking lot right now. It didn't always look like this. I want to share an image from the 1950s of this area. It was very easy to drive into the water here. It was just a gravel parking lot. Since then, a lot of the locks has been paved over. There was no barrier to the water. And the Hood River Sheriff, 3 days after the Martin family went missing, said he found some tracks in the gravel, and he explained it as Ken Martin accidentally drove into the water. There was an extensive search. They didn't find anything. Years later, another search. In the 1990s, another search. They didn't find anything until that local diver discovered a vehicle that seems to match the description of the Martin car just a few weeks ago. So where does this story stand right now? Well, another important clue. 5 months after the Martins went missing, fishermen who were here at the locks spotted what they thought were 2 bodies floating. A few days later, the bodies of Virginia and Sue Martin were found downriver. An autopsy technician felt that it looked like maybe there were gunshot wounds to the girls, but the medical examiner ruled it was just decomposition. That added to the mystery of all this. Was it an accident, or was there foul play involved? There was a Multnomah County detective who was on this case called Walter Graven. I've done extensive stories on this over the years. He always felt foul play was involved. It's all theory. It's all conjecture. The bottom line right now, we are standing by right here, KOIN 6 breaking this news exclusively. Will an important part of a key mystery that has plagued Oregon for years, that has haunted Oregon for years, will a key mystery resurface from the waters here at Cascade Locks? Once again, that barge is on its way with a crane. We are standing by here. This is Incident Command. More investigators are arriving, and this place is starting to come alive. This is an extremely important story. We have much more information, including some of my old reports on this, my podcasts that I've done on the Martin family mystery. It's all at KOIN.com right now. I'm going to be on the scene all day into the evening on this very important story, the Martin family mystery. Do we finally have a clue that could help solve this case? And the other thing, if they do bring up this car, will there be remains in the car of the 3 remaining Martins, Ken, his wife, and daughter Barbie? And then this whole scene has to be treated with reverence and respect. So that's the situation right now. Once again, KOIN 6 breaking this news exclusively this morning. I'm going to stay on the scene. I'll be talking to you folks, Emily, Travis, in about a half hour from now. But we are going to have to move as investigators start moving into this area. And so we'll keep you updated throughout the day into the evening. Wow. Jeff Gianola reporting live from Cascade Locks.
Jeff, thank you. This is an unbelievable moment in the break of this case. Yeah. One that you, to your point, Jeff, you've covered for 20 plus years, and you can't find that reporting. Again, Jeff is going to be live throughout the course of the morning here and the day on KOIN 6 in Portland, CW. So stay tuned for those updates in this case. Yeah, we've brought back the podcasts that Jeff did with the detective from Multnomah County, and a lot more to dig into this investigation. If you'd like to, you can check out those stories right now on KOIN.com. And